A few weeks ago, I decided to get into the hyperbolic time chamber to make a boost in my beatbox progression. But Nazca, what are you talking about? The hyperbolic time chamber in Dragon Ball is a mysterious dimension in which 1 year inside the chamber is the equivalent to 1 day on the outside. The protagonists used it to train their combat skills to beat the most threatening antagonists. Of course, that is a bit too much compared to what I did, but I like the analogy. So I decided to make 5-hour training sessions for 6 days, and here's what the schedule looks like. The goal was to train for 30 hours in total for the week and to record 3 tracks. The challenge is execution and recording oriented in order to develop my technical skills and to produce tracks for release. I didn't want to make track composition training sessions or anything else as training sessions, as it was not my goal for the challenge. I mainly wanted to push my physical and mental abilities. Each morning has the same workout: 10 minutes warm-up, which is just basically freestyling, 50 minutes of 30 seconds note click, which is this pattern, but also with faster speed, like. And the goal of this training was to reinforce the power of that technique. I also wanted to develop my brace sound or trombone. On the afternoon, inward TKs, sometimes mic technique and holding workout, which you can learn more about it in this video. And once on 2, I had a recording session for a track. Now let's go through it in details and see how it went. So the first day went pretty well. The morning happened well. I warmed up, I made that 30-second note training, and the brace training went well as well. After 30 minutes, I already feel an improvement. Let's go. Working on the texture. The afternoon was more challenging mentally because I had to train for 3 hours straight, and I have to admit it was more of a mental challenge than a physical challenge. It is hard not to be bored when doing 1 hour of inward TKs. And about the holding exercise, the goal was to hold different parts of the track. For example, let's say the speed snare drop, which was... The goal was to hold that for example, 1.5 minutes, which I did in the 3rd holding workout. So I had the intro that I did for that amount of minutes, then the build-up, the speed snare drop, and the whole track 3 times. With me. It is, in my opinion, the most effective exercise to enhance your precision, your cleanliness, your power, and your ability to get used to doing your tracks. So overall, for the first day, what I felt was improvements on the TKs, and that it was a little bit exhausting physically also to train for 3 hours straight. Even if I did 2.5 hours, I couldn't do more than this in the end. Okay, it's 5 p.m. 38 and I was working on the speakers, but I'm getting exhausted. I'm gonna stop here for today. I worked out for 4 hours and 7 minutes. The goal for today was 5 hours. I improved on the clicks. I improved also on the inward TKs. I'm getting more powerful, but one workout isn't enough to feel the real difference. The brace is always nice to train. I didn't feel any particular change today. That's the end of the first day, and see you tomorrow. I also felt wrong to place this mic technique exercise, which was to go powerful on microphone, because after all the physical workouts before, I didn't have energy anymore, so that's why I didn't do it fully. And at the end of the day, my palate started to hurt because of the clicks and the inward TKs workouts. On day 2, I tweaked the morning workout to shorter the brace workout, thus not training the clicks to go for the same amount of hours because my throat was itching too due to the brace workout of the previous day. Beginning of day 2, I'm gonna start working on the clicks and on the brass for this morning. I feel that due to yesterday's training, my voice is a little bit affected, but in the right way. It's like my voice is still warmed up. Very comfortable on the vibration bass, but also on the brace. So let's go for this morning training, and I will record a track of mine this afternoon. And I love working in such a context. Yesterday I worked on the brass like Now I want to work on the texture by playing with the different notes on the chromatic scale. The goal is to find the optimal texture for each note. I will start from a B because that's my lowest comfortable note. Let's go to the C. C sharp. The process I'm doing here is a process I already made for the lip oscillations. If you want to learn any melodic sound, I really recommend to get a keyboard and work on the chromatic scale. The chromatic scale means that you train each note of the keyboard, but you also have major or minor scales, which are good to train, or just simple triads, like major or minor chords. And now I will continue with the other notes. The higher notes, each a little bit. I feel the sound gets thinner, meaning that it doesn't take that much space in the spectrum. Let's move on to the F. I have an impossible face when doing that. It's been 25 minutes. I have muscle sore here, and I'm really trying to focus on the to sound loud. I found another beat. I think that's the fastest one. The pattern is you can see it's not very powerful, but it's a very great exercise in my opinion. Also working on the slower variation. And I also work in isolation some of the sounds like the or the sucker punch. And about the fast one, I try also to do it with this rhythm. And I try to engage the muscle energy for that one. Still need some work to get more powerful, but I like training it. It's very good for extending your execution range. I needed to keep energy to record my solo track I Just Wanna Flow, and it took me around 1.5 hours to record it fully. For the recording process, I try to have 3 or 4 tracks that I feel are near to excellent, so I have enough material if there's an inaccuracy or a problem in the recording. And what I call an accuracy can be related to the pitch, to the timing, or to the quality of a sound. I'm currently recording a few takes for one of my tracks.
Here down with the flow. Do you care about the how? Do you care about the how? Here down with the how?
I was so excited to record and finish it that I did not go for the inward TK's workout because I went straight to mixing the track. And it was for the best so I could recover because my palate still hurt at this time. The back of my mouth started to hurt because of the snares doing all the time, plus the click this morning. Mixing consists of timing correction, isolating the kicks to have each of them being impactful with a strong attack and a strong body. And from this excitement, the challenge quickly turned into a creative challenge. On day 3, I didn't feel like working out in the morning. I needed some rest, and what is best for resting than mixing? So I finished the mixing of I Just Wanna Flow. I Just Wanna Flow is the first track of my 100% Beatbox EP, coming out on August 2nd on streaming platforms. You can already pre-save it on Spotify. I will also release video clips for each tracks every Tuesday of August. Mixing and mastering gave me some rest, and having the first version of my track was really motivating. And this gave me energy for the afternoon workout. Day 3, I'm gonna go for 3 hours training. I will start with the clicks, then the brass sound for 1 hour each, and I will end with the inward TKs. For the 4th day, I also tweaked the morning workout because with the mixing and recording stuff, I didn't go for mic technique workout, so I added one in the morning workout. It's 10 minutes left with the microphone workout. It's very hard. I want to give up for the last 10 minutes. I think I will go anyway because I already reduced the time. I planned 30 minutes instead of 1 hour for the brass sound and for the mic technique. So I will do this last 10 minutes, but I feel like I'm losing so much energy and I feel that my training isn't even more effective. The training are so intense that I can't even do anymore my vocalized tooth whistle. It starts to be very hard to perform. On the afternoon, I recorded and mixed another track called The Vibe, and I will tell you more about this later. And the track recording exhausted my lungs because it has a lot of and I had a pneumonia and asthma crisis 3 months ago, and when I go too hard on my beatbox, it can trigger another asthma crisis, and I had to rest a lot. So that's why for day 5 I did a very small training, and I let another day off and got back to the training on Sunday and recording my track Depths of Work, which is the second track of the EP. About the tracks of my EP, I mainly went for over 2 minutes beatbox tracks. I really feel that battling traps us in the classic 1 minute 30 or 2 minutes format long tracks. For example, I wish Footbox G released longer tracks because his beatbox is too good. I am really excited to show you the tracks, guys. And it's the beginning of a new adventure because I will be releasing more and more beatbox tracks. Here's the plan and here's the reality. So now what can I conclude for this challenge? First, it was both a physical and mental challenge. I would say 70% physical and 30% mental. The challenge turned into a creative process as the day passed. I recorded 3 tracks, finished the mixing and mastering of 2 of them, and the challenge was definitely beneficial regarding the creative aspect of beatbox. I went for additional recording, shooting, mixing and mastering after the challenge to produce and finish other tracks. I improved the speed of my 30-second note technique, but no big change regarding the power of it. No big evolution on the brace sound neither, but I saved some time in the research process of the texture. It was also something new to try. I learned a lot regarding my physical limits, and this challenge also gives me content to share, like this video or some posts on Instagram, Reddit, stuff like this. The message I want to convey is that you need to try new ways of working in your beatbox if you want to evolve. People tend to stagnate because they do not renew themselves, as much in the creative process as in the way of learning and training. The more you try and the more you find your way, and the faster you will know what you like to do and what you do not like to do. Don't forget to subscribe if not done already. Thank you for watching and see you next time.